Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning, waiting for the gym to open. I got a nice little lesson for you. I'm been going on this Carl Young rabbit hole, and I'm learning some things about that brother that I never knew, and some things about he's teaching that I didn't know. So I'm learning something as I go. So it's a good thing. Let's talk about it. Right, listen, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Always a message in my stories. For life, I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate it. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life, movement to a spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You well when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical. But if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not, don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself, and to my eye be true. Right thinkers. P Funk philosophy says Carl Jung was a right thinker. He modernized our ancient Kemet philosophy. How you know that? Oh, I know Kemet philosophy. Listen to this guy. He know Kemet philosophy also. So let's talk about it. I've been going down this Carl Jung rabbit hole, and the whole time I'm finding out as I'm going, this brother took ancient philosophy, conceptualized, modernized it, dressed it up, and presented it to the world, and they eating it up like it's. And I ain't got a problem with that. Why? Because it's the goods. He got the goods. I talked to one friend of mine. I asked him, "See, yo, my man, you know about Carl Jung? Oh, he's an a-hole." That's the guy who don't know but believe you know. That's my man. All right, here we go. I got friends like that. Okay, not you hear me? They're not students. They're not right thinkers. No, they ain't learning nothing from me. I know them. I know who and how they are. I call them for who they are. You don't know but think he knows. So I can't help him. Moving on. He did his. This brother did his homework. He more modern. I think he was this modern. He died in the 1900s, so he been around this time. So he's modern. He got all the and his ideas are straight out of command. Moving on. He did his homework obviously because he went and got the knowledge and modernized it, dressed it up, and put it to the world. And he's on point. Why? Because he did his homework personally. He did his own observation. He did his own work. That I respect. That's why I like listen to the guy who know what he's doing. Oh yeah. Why? From what he's saying, how he put it together, I know those things also. I don't teach. I'm not a psychiatrist. Oh, you ain't got any schools. No, I ain't went to college to get no degrees. It's like, but nigga, I know people. Know how to read them, how to address them, know how to deal with them. More important, I know me. Knowing people, I mean the damn thing. Knowing yourself is more important than anything else. Self knowledge is the highest knowledge you can obtain for a reason. All right, but he knew this thing, the mind. I know mine. I don't know he studied everybody else's. That's the part that I respect about him. He didn't just study it. I put my study into my mind. I ain't have time to worry about sitting down and hearing this and here. I ain't got time for that. He do a lot of trauma-based concepts, a lot of empath work. I know and understand all of that. I'm fully aware of all of that. These high priests from the committed concept. That's what we are. Trust me, I know that too. And he knew the mind, the psycho, mythology. He understood religious theology and all these philosophies he studied. So when he put it all together, He got his own. That's what right thinking is. I call it spiritual gumbo. I got that philosophy, this philosophy. I know everybody. I put it together, stir it up, make it taste good, and present it to my right thinkers as right thinking philosophy. It's a whole bunch of different philosophies combined to work what? To get you to know yourself by any means necessary. I'm using everything I could. Okay, I ain't holding nothing back. I'm giving it to you. And I like the fact that he combined ancient philosophical truths that I learned and mastered, so I know them. I know them. And he know them too. Right? And much respect. But what he did, like I did, modernized. I told you I went to the pyramids and got the secrets, knowledge. And at one time we had specially designed astronauts. Knowledge of self. Capable of what? Enlightening galaxies. First laid on man-child, what? Later repossessed. Wow. For a more positive attitude toward this most sacred phenomenon, knowledge of self will be acquired in modern times. I'm here doing just that. He did it for his time. Now it's my time. Thank you. And he took that knowledge, modernized it, dressed it up, but knowing the fact that it was all good and true, he didn't have no problems about people not understanding, not liking it. They ate it up and still are. I'm watching them day to day. I'm doing rabbit holes last a week now. I know more about this brother than I need to know, but in a short period of time. Why? I did my homework. I studied him. Moving on. And on his deathbed, he didn't admit to being God conscious until he was died. He said, I don't believe in God. I know God. He knew through all his studies, everything he did, he knew it took him back to the same one thing. There is a higher supreme being we call God. Whatever you want to call him, yeah, I know him. I do too. And if you do the work you need to do, you'll know him too. It ain't a secret. It shouldn't be a secret. Knowing God should not be a damn secret or mystery. But it is because we got to learn as we go. But it should be, we all should be comfortable adults knowing who the hell we are. But we not. We went on. This is about my man Young and how he took the philosophy. This ain't about my people. Again, I got enough of y'all already. All right. But he modernized the philosophy to be understood by what? Modern culture. I'm giving you ancient Egyptian philosophy the way it is. And everybody, man, I don't want to hear that old stuff. Dude, it's the same thing. Truth don't change. Time go on. Truth don't give a damn about time. Sorry. But I understand most of all his philosophical concepts because I know where they come from. I know them too. I ain't claiming to be nobody, no, but I understand what the guy's putting out. I love the work. That's why I've been checking them out. And my lessons I put out now, pretty much mindset. Why? Philosophical. I can get spiritually philosophical now. Why? Y'all may be ready. Okay? But our ancient ancestors out of Egypt, Kemet, they had a mystery system that was second to none with a yoga philosophy that backed it up, and it was all based on mental interpretation and understanding esoteric teachings. That's what they taught, not the basic nonsense that the masses get today. You wonder why everybody's so, oh, I know that you don't know nothing, but you think you do. He mastered what? The mind game and understanding how it works by, observing and questioning different different kinds of people. Not one set culture, not one set gender, no. Different people, and they all come back with the same mindset. That's what he figured out. And know what he said? At death, he would talk to people before they died, right? He did hospital stay, and that was his whole thing. People dying. He said they all had the same commonality. What? They knew death was coming, and they was okay with it. They was okay with dying. Why? They knew it was going to happen. The question is, what happens after you die? If your mind is right, then you have a better understanding of death. Okay? They knew that when he said everybody to a person, their ego gave in to their higher self. The ego is you. You are not the best. You're not the highest. You got to work to be like him, get to him, become one with him, mentally, consciously. And he said everybody at the time of death, that's when they acquiesce. The ego gives out the fight and says, okay, you win. Don't wait to death to do that. You can do that with the ego submitting to your higher self while you know yourself. But he understood that, and everybody don't get it. I get it. I love it. All right. And he mastered the mind. First of all, his own. And then he worked on solving other people's mind issues. He loved trauma-based impacts. Why? He take them back to their mind, take him back to the spot and help him walk through that and get him past. I've been doing that for years, walking people up the ledge, talking people out of trips, bringing people down from drug overdose and trips. Been doing that forever. To me, everything has been mental. That's all I know. He knew the mind, and he knew how to control. He knew the mind controlled the body. Master the mind, get the knowledge and understand, and your body will acquiesce. George said the same thing. Free your mind, your ass to follow. See, I like to just use simple words to make the point. Me and my mother talk, she always get upset because she'll say something, and I say, Mom, bang, bang, 2 words, true. How you do that? You took everything I said. Yeah, sure. Say more with less words. So, but yeah, she freaks out about that. All right, but he put a modern spin. I'm doing the same thing, so I recognize what he's doing to an old philosophy. Not many people knew or understood what he was presenting at the time. Why? They didn't have the knowledge that he had. He had ancient knowledge too. He didn't go say, I went to Egypt. No. He was smart. He was smart, and he got that off. Carl Jung, he was a student of Kemet philosophy. Shita Netta, Smart Tawi, and now right thinking philosophy. Because he had knowledge of our ancestors, and he presented it, he used it to benefit his culture, his people. He didn't steal it. He didn't know. He did what he needed to do with it. Put it in use for people to use now. He didn't give him the top billing. Okay, I ain't got a problem with that. But the people who don't know the philosophy don't know that, so he ain't got to do that. But those who know, we understand, and I respect them. Okay, I ain't trying to call him out, trying to put him on blood. No, he did a hell of a job. And I know for a fact he was a student of Kemet, Tahuti philosophy. Why? And Mayat philosophy. He says all those things, he just presented them different. I know that. And he understood the ego. He called it the id. Karma. He called that trauma. But he know that karma is what? IRE, action. You do this, this is going to happen. He know the cause and effect. He understood all those things. They come out of Egypt. That's how I know. And he renamed the ego the id. And we understand from the ancients, the ego. Y'all call him the devil. Okay, Satan, y'all done moved around. Okay, but he did it his way. He called it the id, identification with yourself. It makes a lot of sense. So you can't say, well, no. He modernized it. He didn't change it. He kept the same definition. The id, the ego, same thing. Okay, so if we go to Egypt and say, well, your id, who the hell is the id? We got the ego. We got Set. We know who the ego is about. Again, and the ego is your identification card for yourself, the self. Thy is God. Self is you. Know what? That you and God are one. That's what they're trying to tell you. I've been trying to break it down to you. I keep doing it every day. I'm not going to stop. He studied, but we both studied what? He studied thousands of people, minds, listened to them, evaluating them, observing them, and getting them to where they need to be mentally, helping them out, straighten out their thinking, aka right thinking. He didn't say that, I did. Okay, but he named the match of our culture. He renamed everything that would match our culture so that we can understand it for now. And he did a great job. He got a perspective about everything. Yeah, he got yeah. I said, dude, I'll give you a break. I roll with you. But I get his philosophy. Why? I know it too. I have the same concepts. Where he got it from? Kemet. That's how I know. Not Samaria, not Babylon. No, he got Commission philosophical concepts, and he worked it perfect. I call him a right thinker. Okay, why? Because he knew how to think right. I had no idea about the left and right hemisphere of the brain. No, that wasn't my philosophy. That again, everybody got a philosophy, and mine wasn't that. Mine was using the brain equal, left and right, male and female. Yeah, I get that concept, but now with this other philosophy, they say God sits on the right side of the right hemisphere. Okay, and man sits on the left. I get, and all this is all symbolic esoteric. I ain't got a problem with that. I get it. I understand it. Side. Okay, he was the right side brain thinker back in the day. That's what it was. He had holistic concept. He had logic and reason concept, and he did Mayat, put them together and make it work. And when he thinking right, he was the right thinker. His observation was spot on for what he needed to do to help the people who was in that need, psychological. He was an excellent listener and a good teacher of the craft that he mastered, psychology. That's the mind. The mind. If you ain't a master of the craft, don't claim to be. Okay, understand that. And I love his philosophy on pretty much everything. What he talk about? I'm loving I'm loving all the good stuff that he's presenting. That I'm this guy. I said, I keep saying, man, he sounds just like one of my teachers from back in my day when I was learning. Okay, he got all these answers. He got all the philosophy, all the concepts, and they match up to my stuff exactly. Not almost exactly. So again, that lets me know that I'm on the right trail. If I'm comparing with this guy and everybody call young, man, my dude, why? I know everything he's talking about. I understand everything he say. Real easy. It ain't hard. That's why I sit and listen to him for hours and everything I'm already. So I get excited about that. But that lets me know I'm doing it right there. Your boy got to stay together. Whatever they're doing, I'm doing the same thing. And y'all got to just understand that. And for us who do, we good to go. Let me wrap this up for you. I got to go. It's about that time. Yep. Okay. Now, appreciate you tuning in. But this is all about learning a philosophy that pretty much I understand. His philosophy. And his philosophy is not new. Modernized, not new. Okay. And on point, true with the philosophy. Why? It's from our ancients, and they knew what they were talking about. He never admitted being a believer in God. And on his deathbed, he gave his answer to let them know, I know God through all my observations, through everything I've been through. God exists. God is real. And as a psychiatrist, he couldn't do that in his profession because as a craftsman, he had to play God is. But on his deathbed, I know God. Why? Look at the work he put in. He know. You should know him too. That way, when death come calling, you won't freak out. Not knowing God, when death come, you freaking out. That's the difference of knowing and not knowing thyself. If you know thyself, you know, I can't die. I'm deathless. Okay? The physical body, I got to leave this. I'm changing clothes. My man, Jay-Z, change clothes, put on a new body. The spirit changes bodies like we change clothes. Philosophically, metaphorically, how you don't look at it. But so it ain't beat for nothing. It don't care. It don't care. It's all up to you. The self has to do the work. Moving on. God is there. The self got to come to God. He learned about himself. He knew himself. How? By studying everyone else. That's genius. You can take people's situation. I lived through other people's precariously through their life, not making the same mistakes, not doing some things I learned. I learned from him what not to do very well. Okay? And he learned about himself by studying others. And he knew himself by learning about others and being better for himself by learning other people. You can learn from them. I can learn from ignorant people. I learn a lot from ignorant people. What not to do. It ain't always what to do. Sometimes you want to know what not to do. My number one student said he had 4 brothers, and every time they got a whooping, he would come in and, they think he consoling them. He come to find out, what did you do? So what? I ain't gonna do that. That's genius. I said, my man, that's genius. And it worked. Why? He didn't have no problems. They took all the butt whippers. He didn't get none. All right? Why? He avoided them by paying attention and learning what not to do. I still think that's genius. All right. But if you can learn from teaching others, you're good. I learn something from everybody I give something to. I'm going to take something from them. Why? Be it good or bad, I'm going to take something. Why? You got to give me something. I got to get something. See where I'm going there? From others. And I don't make it personal. I just take something for myself that I can use. A little bit of whatever I can get from them, that would benefit me. That's all. It don't hurt them. But I just did what I could. All right, wrapping it up again. I appreciate you tuning in. That Carl Jung is a bad man. But my right thing of philosophy is old knowledge. I don't do nothing new. You notice that I don't do nothing new. Ain't nothing new. old stuff with the real stuff, the original. I think call it OGs, the original. I want the original. Don't give me that. No. OG. But like Ted Turner, love him. Why? He took black and white and colorized it. Same, but the color made it all. It just jumped out at you. So he got for doing that. Carl Young, I don't know how much money he made, but he's famous because why? He changed the way we think. Modern times. I call him modern genius. All right. But like Ted Turner, he did black and white right. And like Carl Young and Mr. Wright, I'm going to do philosophy, right? By giving people an understanding of themselves so they can know themselves without a whole bunch of religious nonsense. Or I owe this, I owe that. Don't owe me a dime. Okay. You don't owe nothing to me. Give it to yourself. Give it to God. Why? That's who you should be paying your time and your allegiance and your worship to. That way, when it's time, when you're in need, because of what you're living, yeah, take that. That's called blessings. That's called life. That's a lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. Right, thinkers, and close it. May you all live to be 100, me, 100 miles a day. So I never know my right thinkers who now understand that Carl Jung modernized ancient philosophy and passed away. I did the same thing as Carl Right thinking. I'll be right back.